The story starts with a terrifying clown who had once spread terror in a small village, returned again after 5 years. A little girl was refusing to sleep at midnight. She could sense someone walking around in her room. Her mother told her to go to sleep, saying it was Santa Claus distributing gifts for Christmas. The girl believed her mother and quietly tried to sleep. The mother, feeling relieved, went back to her own room. A little while later, the girl heard noises coming from downstairs, which made her curious. She went down and saw a shadow, but when the shadow turned around, she realized it wasn't Santa Claus. It was a dangerous clown. The clown slowly went into her brother's room and brutally killed him. After that, he headed towards the parents' bedroom. Without saying a word, he struck the father's neck with an axe and then chopped up his body. The mother woke up from the noise, and seeing the blood, she screamed loudly. Terrified, she tried to run and went to her son's room to look for her children, only to find her son's dead body there. Panicking, she ran toward the door but found it locked. The clown followed her and attacked her with the axe, causing her to fall to the ground. He struck again, severely injuring her body, and finally delivered a blow to her head, killing her completely. The clown then chopped her body into pieces and calmly started eating something. After finishing his meal, he began cleaning the kitchen. Suddenly, he heard a faint sound coming from a cupboard. Slowly, he opened the cupboard and saw the little girl trembling inside. He slowly approached her, as if ready to grab her with his deadly intentions. This maniac in his madness has destroyed many lives. This time, he has returned to the village to spread terror again. The villagers were not unfamiliar with such an attack that happened 5 years ago, when the police had arrested this clown. Seeing the officer's body near the crime scene, the rest of the police were immediately called. However, a sudden attack occurs on one of the officers, and he is killed. Even at the hospital, terrifying scenes unfold when a woman with a horrifying face is seen eating another person's body. The doctors arrive, but they don't get a chance to escape. The clown also arrives at the hospital and brutally injures the doctor's face. With a new terrifying mask as his weapon, he wreaks havoc in the city, as if death itself rides with him. A woman looks at herself in the mirror and panics upon seeing her horrifying face. In her madness, she repeatedly bangs her head on the mirror until it shatters into pieces. Then she picks up a shard of broken glass, sits in the bathtub, and cuts her arm, causing blood to flow. 5 years later, those who had once faced this clown are slowly recovering from their fear. His sister Sienna has also completed her psychological treatment and is now living at her aunt's house. Her brother Jonathan is going to college. People have gradually started forgetting the terrifying memories of that clown. 2 employees of a demolition company arrive to inspect the old house of the clown. As soon as they enter, they notice a strange smell. One of them, an older man, begins narrating an old story that people had nearly forgotten. However, their colleague takes the story as a joke and doesn't believe it, but they soon become a part of it themselves. One of them, who is wearing a cap, goes to the upper floor where he sees a clown sleeping amidst cobwebs. He can't figure out whether the clown is real or fake and starts moving towards him. Suddenly, the clown attacks him and throws him down from above. Meanwhile, his companion downstairs picks up a piece of broken glass, unaware of what happened to his friend. Just then, the clown attacks him as well and strikes him with the glass piece. The woman comes out of the bathtub and mercilessly kills him. The clown grabs his companion and smashes his hands on the floor. Then he slashes his face with a knife, injuring him. After that, he cuts off his fingers and looks at his blood-covered face. Elsewhere, Sienna is having dinner with her family, trying to forget some old memories. She has no idea that outside the clown is preparing for another disaster. The clown experiments with a new weapon, spraying liquid nitrogen on rats, causing them to freeze like ice. He picks up a frozen rat and throws it among the other rats. Later, he joins a crowd and meets some new people at a bar. He chats with them, but even after noticing the bloodstains on his face and clothes, they ignore him. The clown's actions become even more bizarre, making people feel scared. When he tries to attack an old man, others intervene to stop him. Ultimately, he is left alone and once again gets involved in his dangerous plan. A dangerous man insults an elderly person by tearing his shirt and tying him to a chair. After that, the man takes out a special bottle containing liquid nitrogen. He sprays it on the old man's body, causing a thin layer of ice to form due to the cold. After a while, He picks up a hammer and strikes the frozen skin of the elderly man, creating deep wounds. Meanwhile, the festive atmosphere of Christmas fills the market. Sienna is out shopping with her relatives. Suddenly, she notices a man dressed as a clown staring at her. She gets scared and tears well up in her eyes. Her family tries to comfort her, but she can't understand whether what she saw was real or just her imagination. Sienna suspects that the dangerous clown has returned. Worried, she meets her brother Jonathan and tries to talk to him about it. Jonathan's friend Mia has a particular interest in stories about this clown, and she has even done a show on it. Mia wants to talk to Sienna about the incident that happened 5 years ago, but Sienna isn't ready to discuss it. Mia feels disappointed by Sienna's negative reaction and leaves. Later, Jonathan gets a bit upset with his sister, and they both argue. Sienna tries to explain to him that she saw the clown again, but Jonathan dismisses it as a delusion from her past. Jonathan then returns to his room, mentally disturbed, and starts smashing things in frustration. He begins to wonder if maybe Sienna is right. In reality, the clown has indeed blended into the Christmas crowd and has started giving children dangerous items disguised as toys. The parents of the children feel a bit uneasy seeing him, but the children, attracted, go near him. Suddenly, one child opens a toy, which causes a massive explosion. Many people get injured in the blast, chaos erupts in the crowd, and the Joker disappears from there. After this, the Joker goes to the university campus and pretends to distribute Christmas gifts. Mia's desire to interview Jonathan pulls her there again, but the Joker has other intentions. Sienna's watching TV with her family when she hears the news about the explosion at the mall. Seeing this, her fear and anxiety grow. She becomes certain that she really saw the Joker, and it wasn't just her imagination. A panicked Sienna calls her brother Jonathan and tells him to come home. Jonathan's friend Mia is having fun with him when suddenly the Joker arrives. He breaks down the door and grabs both of them in a terrifying manner. He attacks Mia and Jonathan with an electric saw, trying to separate them. Sienna wakes up from a terrible nightmare and hears strange noises coming from downstairs. When she goes to check, she sees the Joker having fun with other family members and planning how to kill Sienna. In front of her, the Christmas tree is decorated with human skulls. Sienna tries to run away in panic, but the Joker catches her and makes her unconscious. When she regains consciousness, she finds herself tied to a chair, with her aunt also tied up in front of her. The Joker is decorating the Christmas tree, and then he decides to kill Sienna's aunt in a painful manner. While trying to save her aunt, Sienna feels helpless but cannot help her. The Joker inserts a pipe into her aunt's head and fills it with rats. The rats get stuck in her aunt's throat and, while trying to escape, scratch her throat badly. Watching this cruel scene, Sienna feels extremely scared but is unable to do anything. After that, the Joker's next target is Sienna. He forcefully places a crown of thorns on her head, causing her to bleed. Later, Sienna learns that her brother Jonathan has also fallen victim to the Joker and was destroyed by the rats. Sienna's nephew is also present there, witnessing all of this and crying. Sienna realizes that her nephew is going to be the next target. She tries to stop the Joker, but he grabs her by the neck. Just as her nephew falls into danger, a hidden power awakens within Sienna, and she successfully pushes the Joker back. The Joker falls a short distance away, but still refuses to give up. The Joker tries to kill her nephew, but the boy cleverly distracts him by pointing toward a special gift. He throws the gift toward Sienna and asks her to open it. Though Sienna's hands are injured, she endures the pain and opens the gift. When Sienna picks up the small sword inside, she immediately stabs it into the Joker's neck. After that, she throws the sword, which pierces straight into Ricky's body. Sienna quickly frees herself from the bindings, pulls the sword from Ricky's body, and beheads him. Sushan hugged Gabar and praised his bravery, but surprisingly, the Joker once again started approaching them with a saw. Sienna immediately counterattacked with her sword, but in the middle of the fight, while trying to dodge the saw attack, her sword slipped far away. Suddenly, close combat began, and during this, the Joker bit Sana on the waist. This made Sana lose her balance, and she fell to the ground. As Sana's neck started approaching the saw, she quickly regained control and made a clever move, causing the Joker to stumble and fall. Sana quickly composed herself, but just then, the saw approached again and got stuck on a table, giving Sana a chance to breathe. Robin immediately put the saw down and used a thick silk cloth to strangle Sana. To save herself, Sana bit the cloth with her teeth and fell to the ground. She grabbed her sword, and when the Joker attacked again, she stabbed the sword straight into his stomach, leaving him drenched in blood. Sana was now determined to finish the Joker once and for all. As she looked at him, she noticed some radioactive liquid oozing from Ricky's body, and suddenly a deep pit opened below. Sana quickly rushed towards the edge of the pit. She handed her sword's handle to her niece and tried to pull her out of the pit, but the child's hands slipped, and she fell into the pit. Sana sat at the dark pit's edge, calling out for her, but there was no response. When she lifted her head, she saw that the Joker was no longer there. There were deep wounds on Sana's hands, but within moments, those wounds healed. This strange power gave her the motivation to fight again. She decided she would face the Joker and find her niece. Meanwhile, the Joker boarded the last bus, and a woman sitting nearby kept staring at him after seeing his strange face. With this, the story ends here. Let me know your thoughts. Also, subscribe to this channel for more horror stories like this.